Scorpio, if this message has reached you, it's not random background noise in the universe. Something in you clicked when you saw the title. Something ancient and intuitive. The part of you that knows when energy is shifting long before anything obvious happens. December 11th, 2025 is not just another date on a calendar, it's an energetic crossroads for you, a day when silence becomes a shield, when what you choose not to say will matter more than anything you could try to explain. You are being asked to protect what is still forming, to hold your vision, your plans, your emotions in a sacred container, while the universe rearranges what is meant for your highest good. Tonight, we are not here to scare you, control you, or tell you who to trust. We are here to help you hear yourself more clearly than you've ever heard yourself before. Take a breath, Scorpio. Feel how your body responds as we step into this message together. That reaction in your chest, in your stomach, in your throat, that is your soul saying, pay attention, this is for you. As the energies of mid-December gather around you, it may feel as though life is strangely quiet on the surface, yet tense underneath, like the sky right before a storm that does not yet know if it will break open in lightning or gentle rain. You may sense that people are watching you more closely, asking more questions, wanting to know what you're thinking, what you're planning, what your next move is. There may be sudden curiosity about your finances, your relationships, your choices, or your dreams. On December 11th, this curiosity is not harmless. It doesn't mean everyone is against you, but it does mean that not everyone around you is meant to carry your sacred information. This is a day when the universe is inviting you to practice holy restraint, to speak less and feel more, to answer fewer questions and listen more carefully to the energy behind what people ask of you. Silence is not weakness right now. It is wisdom. You might notice subtle tests in conversation. Someone casually fishing for details, an old friend suddenly asking about your private life, a colleague wanting to know more about your plans at work than they really need to do their job. You may feel tempted to overshare, to prove you have nothing to hide, or to keep the peace, but this is exactly where your lesson lies. December 11th asks you to be more loyal to your intuition than to anyone's approval. To recognize that not every truth belongs in every room, not every plan is ready to be spoken aloud, and not every listener is ready to hold what is fragile and precious to you. What you are building now, emotionally, financially, spiritually, still lives in the soil, not yet visible above ground. Seeds do not grow faster because you dig them up to show people you planted them. In your financial world, Scorpio, there is movement beneath the surface that you may not fully understand yet. You could be sensing a shift in the way you earn, save, or invest. Perhaps a new opportunity is circling you, or a situation you thought was stagnant begins to stir again. A job possibility reopening, a conversation about money that suddenly feels promising, or a quiet realization that you're ready to manage your resources more wisely. But on December 11th, the guidance is crystal clear. Do not rush to announce anything. If you are exploring a new income stream, a contract, a side project, or a financial decision that could impact your future, this is a day for research and reflection, not for loud declarations. There may be people around you who, consciously or unconsciously, project their fears, jealousy, or doubts onto your new path. They might not intend harm, but their energy could weaken your conviction before it fully takes root. When finances are in an early, delicate phase of transformation, outside opinions can make you second-guess what your soul knows is right. So instead of broadcasting your plans, sit with them. Ask yourself, Does this path feel aligned with the type of stability and freedom I truly want? Am I drawn forward by excitement and intuitive clarity, or am I being pushed by urgency and fear? Trust that you are allowed to keep certain dreams between you and the divine until they are strong enough to stand in the light. Silence here is a form of spiritual budgeting, protecting your mental and emotional resources so they are not spent on defending a vision that is not ready to be seen. In love and relationships, December 11th brings a very particular kind of test, one that touches your deepest Scorpio instincts about trust, loyalty, and emotional safety. You may feel that someone is pushing you to reveal more than you're ready to share about your feelings, your past, your trauma, or your doubts. This could be a romantic partner asking for explanations you're not ready to give, an ex trying to reopen old conversations, or someone new who wants to move faster than your soul feels comfortable with. There is a difference between intimacy and pressure. Today, you are being called to honor that difference with unwavering clarity. If you are in a relationship, you may feel the need to pause before reacting, to hold your tongue when you want to defend yourself, or to step back from conversations that feel like emotional traps. This doesn't mean shutting down. It means choosing your timing. You are allowed to say, "I need time to think," or "I'm not ready to talk about that yet." You are allowed to protect your emotional space while you understand how you truly feel. When emotions are running high, words spoken out of fear, anger, or insecurity can create wounds that take months to heal. On this day, the universe is not forbidding you from speaking. It is inviting you to speak from a place of composure, not reaction. If that composure is not available yet, silence becomes a profound act of self-respect. If you are single, December 11th may sharpen your ability to sense who is authentic and who is drawn more to the mystery of you than the reality of you. Someone may appear charming, curious, deeply interested in your story, but something in your body tightens when they ask certain questions or step into certain emotional territories too quickly. Trust that signal. You do not owe anyone full access to your heart simply because they are intrigued by you. Love that is right for you will not demand you strip your soul bare on command. It will meet you at the pace your spirit can safely hold. Your energy and emotional health sit at the center of this day's message. Physically, you may feel unusually sensitive to noise, social interactions, or environments that are chaotic and emotionally loud. Crowded rooms, group chats, or endless notifications might leave you more drained than usual. This is not you being too much or too dramatic. This is your nervous system asking for space to recalibrate. When the universe is working on something deep within you, rewriting old beliefs, untangling past disappointments, rewiring your understanding of safety, it often reduces your capacity for superficial interactions. Your soul is trying to conserve energy for what truly matters. December 11th is a day to be honest about how much you can handle. You may need to log off earlier, decline a social invitation, or excuse yourself from conversations that feel noisy but empty. You may feel called to step outside, put your bare feet on the ground, breathe slowly, and let your body remember that you are supported by something larger than whatever drama is unfolding online or in your immediate surroundings. Gentle practices, stretching, journaling, lighting a candle, listening to calming music, drinking warm tea, are not trivial on a day like this. They are anchors. They remind your system that you are safe to slow down and observe before you respond. Emotionally, old fears may surface. fear of abandonment, fear of rejection, fear that if you don't explain yourself constantly, people will misunderstand you and leave. But Scorpio, your healing now is in discovering that you do not have to over-explain your boundaries in order for them to be valid. You do not have to narrate every internal shift for others to recognize your growth. Some healing is meant to be quiet. Some evolution is meant to be seen only in the way you move differently afterward, not in the speeches you give while it's happening. In your family and close circles, this energy of silence becomes even more delicate. You might notice unspoken tension beneath polite conversations, old stories that have never been fully addressed, patterns you suddenly see more clearly, expectations that no longer fit the person you are becoming. There may be moments when you're tempted to confront everything at once, to call people out, or finally say the things you've swallowed for years. There will be a time for those truths, but December 11th asks you to choose your timing with care. Not everyone is ready to receive the full truth at the same moment you are finally ready to say it. Sometimes the first step in healing a family or long-standing connection is not a dramatic confrontation, but a quiet, inner decision. I see this pattern now. I won't participate in it in the same way anymore. Your silence here is not complicity when it is coupled with conscious choice. You can begin to step back emotionally, to detach from roles that drain you, to refuse to be the emotional sponge or the constant fixer without turning every interaction into a battle. Instead of explaining to everyone why you are different, simply live differently. Let your actions reveal the new standards you have set for yourself. The right people will adjust. Those who can't may fall away, and that too is part of your protection. Cosmically, the types of people and signs you are most aligned with on this day are those who respect emotional privacy and understand the sacredness of inner work. Water signs like Cancer and Pisces may feel especially soothing, offering you empathy without interrogation, presence without pressure. Earth signs such as Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn may help you ground, reminding you to take one step at a time rather than spiraling into anxiety over the future. Energy that feels stable, calm, and gentle is your ally now. At the same time, interactions with more fiery or fixed energies, Leo, Aquarius, even other Scorpios, may feel intense, charged, or loaded. These encounters are not necessarily wrong, but they can easily draw you into arguments, power struggles, or emotional showdowns. If you sense a conversation tilting in that direction, your wisdom is in choosing not to push it further. You are not obligated to prove your truth to anyone who is determined not to see it. Sometimes, the most powerful answer you can give is no answer at all. A color that resonates strongly with this day is deep, smoky violet, a shade that carries both mystery and spiritual protection. You might feel drawn to wear it, visualize it around you, or include it in your environment through light, fabric, or art. Let it remind you that you are cloaked in something sacred, that you are allowed to move silently while you integrate what your soul is learning. Now, Scorpio, there is something important to understand about this entire message. What you are hearing is not a fixed sentence carved in stone, not a guarantee that specific events will unfold in one rigid way. It is more like a story laid gently before you, a symbolic map drawn from the language of astrology, energy, and intuition. You might think of this narrative as a reflective mirror, showing you one possible path your spirit may resonate with at this point in your life. It's a contemplative journey, a way of exploring themes and possibilities that can help you make more conscious choices, not a script that the universe is forcing upon you. If the words you hear seem to echo something already stirring inside you, if they make you feel seen, softened, or quietly stronger, keep the parts that support you and let them deepen your trust in your own inner voice. If some pieces don't fit, you are free to release them like leaves carried away on the wind, knowing that not every message is meant for every heart in the same way. The real power has always been inside you, the power to set boundaries, to protect your dreams, to choose silence over chaos, to move with intention rather than fear, and to invite transformation that begins from within and radiates outward into your world. As December 11th approaches, remember that the point is not to be afraid of speaking, but to become more intimate with the question, why am I sharing this, and with whom? You are being prepared for a chapter where your words will carry more weight, your presence will hold more influence, and your decisions will steer you into deeper alignment with your purpose. To walk into that chapter with grace, you are being guided to conserve your energy now, to surround yourself with souls who understand your depth, and to let the universe finish its quiet work before you unveil what is next. You are not behind. You are not late. You are in a sacred pause, a still point where your future is being woven in silence. When the time comes to speak, the right words will rise effortlessly from a place of clarity rather than survival. Until then, trust the power of what you keep close to your chest. Trust the wisdom of the secrets you share only with the divine. Trust that your journey is held, even when few people know what is really happening beneath your calm exterior. Thank you for allowing this moment of reflection to meet you here. If this message has touched something true in you, let it be a quiet agreement between your soul and the universe that you are ready to move differently now, more gently, more wisely, more in tune with your own rhythm. On December 11th, you don't need to announce your transformation to anyone. You only need to live it. And as you do, every step you take toward honoring yourself becomes an invitation for life to meet you with opportunities, connections, and blessings that match the depth of who you really are.